It's not moving. Maybe it's not even alive.
United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
Good evening. I'd like to call to order Elk Grove Park District regular scheduled meeting for August 8th, 2024. Francis, I need a roll call, please.
President Walls,
Here.
Commissioner Biedke,
Here.
Commissioner Carlson,
Here.
Commissioner Cook,
Here.
Commissioner O'Malley.
Here. Okay, I need also in favor of approval of minutes for July 11th, 2024 regular scheduled meeting. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Hearing none, 5-0. Recognitions of special guests. Amelia Deering, museum curator, and okay, hold on, I'll get it. Deanna Raffidia? Culture, Arts, and Events Manager. You want to come on up?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna try and cast the TV. Dustin told me how to do it, so we're gonna figure it out. Boardrooms.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work, it's not set to that setting.
He said I could do this on the remote.
He told us about the tiny remote.
Yeah, so I grabbed
Do you have
it.
the tiny remote?
Fancy.
I hope this
Doesn't
works.
seem to do anything. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Ben,
Okay.
Ben,
I wouldn't use it.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for giving me the time to speak with you today. I can always just like refer back. Only one of the slides have numbers. The rest are all pictures in there. So, we've had a great year at the museum. So I've been here. I was last year in June of 2023 when I just started. May 31st of last year was my first day working here. So I've been here over a year now. And in that time, we've had really explosive visitorship growth. So even just looking at summer 2024 so far, we're looking at a 41% increase in visitorship since summer 2023, and then actually a 242% increase since summer 2019. So all of our, every month of visitorship, every season, every special event has actually been surpassing pre-COVID numbers, which has been super exciting. We've had a lot of really cool events. We have Archaeology Day actually coming this weekend, so anybody who wants to bring their families, 12 to 3. We'll have interactive archaeological digs. We'll have the Illinois Archaeological Survey. We actually have over 200 people interested on Facebook, so fingers crossed that's going to be a popular one. We've also had a lot of really fruitful community partnerships this year. For example, we're on the list of activities for the current library summer reading program. So we've got several families coming in who'd actually never been to the museum before. Some kids had actually never been to any museum before who came through the summer reading program and I think had a really nice time. So if you all haven't come out to see it already, our current exhibit is actually called History Reimagined. So I put together a collection of photos from the museum's archive and then the Elk Grove Village Artists Association, overseen by Deanna and Tammy. They actually, each artist chose a photo and then interpreted it in art, mostly paintings, but also some pastels. It's a really cool exhibit to see how everyone kind of interpreted the art differently. And then I also made it interactive, so kids can come in and I have a little I Spy game where they have to match the card to the painting, and it kind of helps actually visitors of all ages engage with the art in different ways. We've had a lot of really excellent special events, even just this year in 2024. We had almost 100 kids registered for our Easter egg hunt in March, and actually with the adults and everything counted, we had almost 200 people in attendance. Everyone had a great time, we got great feedback, we're in the newspaper for that one. We had our beer garden event last year that we'll be repeating again this year. That'll also be the opening of the next exhibit I'm planning. The next exhibit is going to be Community Connections. So we actually got a large donation from the son of the president of the Elk Grove Junior Women's Club in the 70s. And then we also already had a huge collection from Mask and Staff Community Theater, from the JCs, all these different lovely community service organizations that we're going to highlight in this fall. So looking ahead to another really great year, and really happy to be able to partner with the Park District for so many things. You know, we were at Play Picnic Party, spoke to several hundred people at Art and Culture in the Park. I feel like in the past year, the museum has become a more ingrained part of the Park District and much more interconnected into the community as well. And it's been really beautiful to see. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Oh, sorry, one more thing.
No.
Very important, actually, my last slide. Michael Stacknick, who has served the Park District for the last 16 years, is retiring on October 3rd. So I just want to recognize him for his loyal service, his excellent work at the museum, and wish him well in the future.
You know, just one thing, when I think of the museum, I remember when they moved it.
Yes.
I remember it like it was yesterday, right? And I remember all the names that I heard,
Yeah.
Cosman and all that. And it's starting to hit me that like in 15, 20 years, you're gonna hear, the names in there are gonna be O'Malley, Johnson, Feichter, Peak Dry, and I'm like, it just doesn't seem right to me. But you're gonna have to stay modern in your history.
Yeah, we're making
Right?
history every day.
So,
Take my name, I don't know if you'll write.
yeah. I can't wait to see your little pod of, like your lettered coat from Elk Grove High School from 1963, and it'd be great.
63.
But thank you very much. Ready?
Hi. Okay, so first I really want to give Amelia a huge shout out because she's not been here for a really long period of time, but the mountains she has moved to make the museum on the map for the Park District has been immense. And she's done a really awesome job, so thanks to Amelia.
Thank you again.
Yeah, like big changes, and she's got many more to come, so I'm super excited for her. So I do all the arts and events. Of course, everyone in the community has heard of Play Picnic Party. That was our really big event this year. But we overcame a lot of challenges with weather this year, but I think that the overall feedback was super positive. A lot of people liked some of the changes that were made due to weather, so we're kind of excited to take a look at that for next year. We had a lot of people come out to our art and culture in the park, which is the kind of kickoff event of the summer, so we were super excited that we had nice weather for that. Well, decent weather, it was kind of windy, and a tent broke, so that was fun. But otherwise, our events this summer had a lot of participation. We had 4 movie in the park events. One of them actually moved to a drive-in movie, which was really fun for the participants to actually have the movie play in their vehicles. So shout out to IT, thanks Dustin. And then we've had theater and art camps that have been running all summer. Our theater camp was our largest camp that we've had since I started. So we had 43 participants doing Alice in Wonderland Junior, and we sold over 420 tickets for that show, which is 123 more than we sold in the past few years. So I'm really proud of that. And then our art camp has also been growing. We've added a few more staff so that we can open it up to more participants, and that has been running beautifully.
Very good.
And we have a lot more events to come. We're currently getting ready for Pirates Cove Camp Out, Halloween Fest, and the plethora of holiday events we have in December.
So the Pirates Cove commercial / story on, what was it, ABC this year? Did you see it?
Was it WGN?
WGN?
WGN, yeah.
They come out every like 5 or 6 years.
No, it was Fox News.
Or Fox
It
News.
was the day
WGN
Chicago.
was years ago. They
Okay.
seem to come out. That had to have helped, right?
I mean, that event is really popular. It kind of sells out pretty quickly as soon as the brochure opens up.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun for the participants who go there during the summertime to get to spend the night and have like one more chance to ride all the rides. This year, I've chosen to do a Caribbean theme, so we have a lot of fun things planned in relation to that. But since I started, I've kind of changed the theme each year to make it a little bit more different and exciting for those that really do enjoy coming year after year. But Pirates Cove is just a tried and true treasure for Elk Grove, so
It is
it's
awesome.
not hard to promote that event.
All right.
Thanks,
Any
guys.
questions or comments? Okay, thank you. Thank you both. Mr. and Mrs. Lavin? Anything? Comments?
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Mrs. Cundiff, nice to see you again. Any comments?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'd like to discuss or draw to your attention a discussion that is taking place among the Friends of Marshall Park. And it has to do with an issue of density in our current part of the park that's open. The National Park Foundation has projections of what is really acceptable density per acre in a park. I don't believe there's an acre open in the park currently. The children are having a wonderful time. There is no criticism of that. The criticism is that currently there's too many people at one time. Part of it is a result of the parking. If you take a look at the parking that we currently have, if you project, say approximately 70 cars, and we figured 3 people per car, you're looking at 210 people in the park currently, in that small space, that presents some potential risk, according to the National Park Foundation. And they have to do with safety, they have to do with conflict among people when there are too many at one time. And they also have to do with the use of resources that are in the park. It's not a noise issue that we're complaining about. It's actually just a too many people issue. I know you are addressing the issue of the camps and the groups that have come to the park that actually added to the issue. So you go from 200 to whatever, okay? And so I think you might address that as you think about putting the pickleball over on the corner and adding the numbers of people that are there. And into that small area, putting such a large number of people. Currently, we haven't really had a lot of overflow in our area, but we have had some, and that's not the issue. The issue really is the density in the park, okay? We still wish you would take a look at Beister Field. We've had people in the group.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I follow you, yep, I understand. No, I forgot what you were heading for. I remember now Beister Field was where you wanted to pick up some of them to go. I get it now. I was just trying to follow you.
I'm sorry.
No, it was my fault, not yours.
They've monitored the use of Beister Field tennis courts, and despite the small survey that was done, we're not seeing people playing there. It doesn't cost $100,000 to put a few nets in there and set up that course. And it would give you, since you're not obviously going to be able to put in a pickleball course probably this year, it would give you an opportunity to set some up in a matter of weeks.
Well, just to be clear, Mrs. Cundiff, the board has already approved and put in motion the pickleball courts at Marshall Park. That's already
I
done.
understand that.
So there's no way we're gonna do
I
more
understand.
pickleball courts at Beister Field. I just wanna be upfront and clear.
No, in other words, you wouldn't have, I thought there was such a tremendous demand.
We'll find out if there's a demand, and if there is, we really truly have to look at the west side,
Okay.
would be the next version.
As far as the pickleball course is concerned, we're interested in the design that you're looking at currently. Appreciated very much the minutes from the meeting that described the project as you're looking at it currently. We're suggesting one thing though, and that's to possibly rethink the size of it since it goes so close to the children, going back the 104 feet.
So that also has been approved and moved on forward. The only thing truly left with that project is the screening. If you remember, we were gonna do, for lack of a better term, chain link screening with a black mat, and that wasn't conducive to anybody, most of the residents and many of us. And then we came up with a tempered glass solution, and you might not have been here when we talked about it at the committee of the whole.
I read your minutes.
No, but I'm saying today, committee of the whole, the vendor that is contracted to quote that out, he has that same exact product going up in Sycamore, Illinois, and the job is supposed to be done on August 20th. I know I will be going, and I'm certain at least 2 or 3 other commissioners will be going out to Sycamore to see what that product looks like before we move forward on purchasing that product for the pickleball courts. But the pickleball courts and where they're gonna be is already set in motion,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
You're welcome.
The other thing we'd like to draw your attention to is the issue of landscaping. I noticed in the back of the children's park, the landscaping was lovely. The trees were about 25 feet apart. They were indigenous trees. There was bushes and flowers and so on. And however, as you take a look at the area in front of the park, where the cars are, the landscaping has not been put back. And I know some of it deteriorated over the years. However, I think the park would be more aesthetically acceptable if we went ahead and put some bushes and trees back in front of the parking that is on the parkway.
That's not us.
If you need some
The parkway.
assistance with buying trees and bushes,
That's the
there are
village.
foundations that are happily, that one of which I belong to, would be happy to donate to the park. And so we would appreciate you relooking the landscaping and seeing if we could make it somewhat more aesthetically.
If I want to be
Thank
clear, you're welcome, thank you. If I want to be clear, you're speaking of kind of where the circular driveway was when the old school was there, right? There used to be 7 or 8 spots for teachers, I believe. You're looking at that area?
No, I think she's talking about the
part
parkway.
across the front of Chelmsford.
Is the grass closest to your house and then the sidewalk? Because that's the Elk Grove Village stuff.
No, I'm looking
Okay.
at the strip that is in front of the parking.
Between the sidewalk and the
That was
parking lot.
Okay.
originally
You tore out
done.
bushes there and.
I'm gonna drive by there tonight. I'll make sure I take a peek
Yeah,
at it,
I
and I'll
would- we
we'll
would
get back to you for sure.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And if you need donations,
Yeah, we'd be fine without a donation,
We would
but
be very
that's not to say we're gonna do anything, but I will definitely drive by there.
thank you very much.
And I know Commissioner Cook has gone by there a lot, Commissioner Carlson. We've all driven by there on different times of the week.
Thank you.
And it seems to be getting a little better as far as the parking. The mayor helped out quite a bit, so we thank him.
Yes, we noticed the police are there
Yeah.
daily.
So,
And it would be helpful if they put an unmarked car there, because obviously the people know.
that's his budget, not mine, but I wouldn't be opposed,
Thank you.
so. Lori, anything?
Mark, is any landscaping not being put in right now because it's waiting for the construction of the pickleball court, so it's not gonna be interfering with anything?
There's none planned in that specific area, but Connie did reach out to me and I had said that we would look into it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we'll get back to you, Connie, one way or the other.
we have a lot of construction happening, so there's nothing saying that we're done yet. We
Right.
can look into it and move
Okay.
forward.
Okay. Anything? Come on. The last survivor.
Right. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Any other public communications? Okay, here seeing none. Any correspondence from commissioners or staff? Okay, hearing seeing none. Comments by the commissioners? Anything? Hearing seeing none. This is gonna go quicker than I thought. Oh, I just messed that up.
Yeah, thanks.
Recommendations for acceptance and approval. Approval of athletic advisory board members. Bob,
You can read it, or you want me to say so moved?
you read it and then we'll.
Oh, Elk Grove Youth Soccer Advisory Board, Rachel, was it? Cieslak?
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 No, you gotta say,
You
I
gotta
thought that was
move
you.
that these
Oh,
individuals.
I'm sorry. I move that these individuals be appointed to serve a two-year term as an advisory member to the following boards.
So Elk Grove Youth Soccer Board is Rachel Cieslak, and Elk Grove Youth Soccer Advisory Board is Ravender Judge, and Elk Grove Youth Baseball Advisory Board is Richard Anderson. I need a motion in a second.
Andreessen.
So moved.
Wow, that's a nice catch. I have a motion in a second. Francis, could I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. We have approval of pay request for Halloran and Yawk, Inc. I didn't know they paired up with them. Of Lake Forest, Illinois for the Fox Run Irrigation Pump Station Project in the amount of $160,200. I need a motion in a second.
Second.
Roll call, please. Actually, that's you. I know what it is, but maybe tell the residents what it is.
This is the replacement of our main irrigation pump at Fox Run. I can't remember exactly, I think the last one was installed in 2004, so 20 years old.
Yeah.
So it's a big piece of equipment, an important piece of equipment for the golf course maintenance, and hopefully this one lasts another 20.
Okay. I have a motion in a second. Could I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
President Wells.
Yes. Approval pay request from Siebert Electric Services Sales Company of Forest Park, Illinois for the Mead Park wireless scoreboards in the amount of $53,186. I need a motion and a second.
Well,
So moved.
And this is just for the wireless electric for the scoreboards. This has nothing to do with the fencing.
okay. Second.
Okay, if they hear this on TV or Facebook Live, just let them know this is strictly for the scoreboards. It has nothing at all to do with fencing. I'm trying to save you and I both a lot of emails, right?
And the work's been done.
And the work, yeah. So, I have a motion and a second. Can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President Wells.
Yes. Approval of pay request from PaveWorks, Inc. of River Forest, Illinois for the parking lot improvements of Marshall Park in the amount of $101,300. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and then, Mark, for sure, I'd like to discuss this one on air, just let the residents know what this is about.
So this is for the paving of Marshall Park parking lot. The parking lot was in pretty bad shape, so it was ground down just under 6 inches and relayed with new asphalt. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I will add that we did line everything as it was, kind of putting it back to its original state. But we're gonna go back and try to get some arrows painted to try to direct the flow a little bit better and make it a little bit more safer if possible.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge deal for a lot of the residents and visitors. It can be very deceiving.
I have it in my notes for my updates, but we're gonna be doing seal coating in the next coming week, so we'll do it at that time.
Okay, and then one last thing, was this a change order or anything to the change, or was this the
This
original?
was a project in 2023, and
Okay.
it didn't make sense to do it until the construction was completed.
All right. So I have a motion and a second. Can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
President Wells.
Yes. I have a motion and a second for approval of pay request from Midwest Field Solutions of Elk Grove Village, Illinois, for the infield renovations for Lions Park in the amount of $122,500.
So moved. Second.
You guys are twins.
Mark, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mark, can you kind of just describe there's no itemization, and it just says 3 field repairs. It doesn't really say what was done. Can you
I
give us-
apologize. They went through and they rebuilt the field. So what that means is kind of getting rid of that old mix that was really dusty and degraded. There was some pretty significant lips in the transition area between the infield and the outfield. And then, if my memory serves me correct, I believe that there were mounds also built. So it's really restoring the fields to the way that we built Audubon and Windmere and Roosevelt and some of the other fields in the past.
Okay, did that go out for bid? Or did we have? to
It didn't go out to bid because it was part of a co-op purchase.
Okay.
That should have been done 20 years ago, but not everything makes the list, so it'll be a huge improvement for anybody that plays on that field. Can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Wells.
Yes. Approval of change order number 4 and 6 from Hacienda Landscaping, Inc. of Manuka, Illinois for the Marshall Park redevelopment project in the amount of $25,356.
So moved.
I think we have to read that bottom part. to it.
I don't have anything.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I recommend that the president find that the change order number 4 and number 6 for a total of $25,356 is in the best interest of the Park District, otherwise authorized by law, and that the president be directed to make such determination in writing, and further authorize that upon being provided with said written determination from the president, the executive director be and hereby is authorized and directed to execute and deliver each such change order.
Motion in a second.
Okay.
So
Bob is first. Who's second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
No.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. Approval of bid from Absolute Home Improvement and Cleaning Services, Inc. of Highland Park, Illinois for sandblasting and painting the leisure pool and the Rainbow Falls painting project in the amount of $104,500. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on this one, because I
I
think
just
there's
want
a
to clarify,
change, right?
I'd asked Ben, I don't think we need to change on it. On the front page, it shows the bid was $105,500, and it was actually $104,500 to what we're approving. So $104,500 is the correct amount that's owed, right? Okay, so if you just update that.
So we're all good on this? Okay. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. Items of information. Oh, that's you guys today. Leisure Services update, Tiffany Green.
So the Sheila Ray Adult Center was at 311 members at the end of the month. And then they also took their seniors to Anderson Gardens and a White Sox versus Royals game. They had an ice cream social with 58 total participants, and they wanted to give a special shout out to our friends of cycling. The Sheila Ray Adult Center is accepting donations for their annual rummage sale. Donations are happening now, and anything that you would like to donate can be dropped off at the Hattendorf Center, and you can talk to Gina if you have questions. In athletics, there were 73 private lessons the month of July, 280 total swim lesson participants, and 1,648 aqua wellness participants. In July, for Aqua Camp, they had 162 total participants. For adult athletics, our summer outdoor pickleball league is going well. They had 14 teams that started July 25th out at the Rainbow Falls pickleball courts. That season will run through August 29th. And for other adult athletics, registration is currently open for fall softball and basketball. For our youth instruction, volleyball is going on. They have 28 current participants in their 2 classes. Sports camp for the month of July had 379 registrations, and they currently have tennis at 18, hot shot sports at 51, and tumbling times at 64. For Audubon Skate Park, there were 28 campers that participated in skate camp in the month of July. Cultural Arts, Art Camp was averaging 27 campers per week. Their Art at the Park events saw roughly 75 participants each week out at our area parks. And Theater Camp, which Deanna mentioned earlier, had 43 campers, and they held their performances July 24th and 25th of Alice in Wonderland Junior. For dance, we had 24 of our Ignite junior and senior dancers travel to Galveston, Texas to compete at Groove Dance Nationals July 5th through the 9th. They had many top 10 placements and first through third place awards out of the 33 entries. Fall dance registration is open. The Pavilion Dance Center offers over 40 classes a week in 4 different studios for dancers ages 3 through adult. Early childhood preschool registration is currently at 126 students. The school year is set to kick off after Labor Day, so there still is time to register for the 24-25 school year. For Fitness Center, group exercise saw 1,769 participants for the month of July. Personal training was at 123 sessions, open gym at 546 drop-ins, and the rejuvenation area tracked 1,672 visitors. Our museum, Amelia touched on much of it earlier, but on July 6th, they hosted the Dairy Day and brought in over 100 visitors to the museum campus. Pirates Cove, there was a typo in the report. It should have said July, not June. Daily admissions for the month of July were 8,746. And then for Rainbow Falls daily admissions, they were at 24,232. Our rentals for the month of July total were 145. For our school-aged care programs, youth camps did very well this summer. For July, Explorer had 84, Voyager had 190, Summer Scene had 79,
Before and after care at the pavilion had 233, and new this year we offered before and after care at Rainbow Falls, and they had 70. Deanna already discussed our biggest special event of the year was Play Picnic Party with over 1,000 visitors and attendants. And then our upcoming events, August 29th is our Under the Stars Senior Dance Night from 6 to 8:30 at Garden Terrace. Registration is required. And then August 30th is our Teen Neon Night from 7 to 10 o'clock at Pirates Cove. Again, registration required, targeting ages 12 to 14. That's it.
Nice. Any questions for Tiffany? Comments? Okay, Parks and Planning update. Mark Cosbad. See?
Updates about the playground renovations at Newberry Park and Clark Park. Newberry is just about completed. We were waiting for a post to be delivered that was messed up from the manufacturer. And currently, we are waiting for some concrete work to get done, and then staff will go out and finish the landscaping work. We anticipate that being done and open by next weekend. Clark Park is in progress. They finished the demolition and are currently laying out the new playground to be installed shortly. Marshall Park is just about completed. We're working on finishing up some of the punch list items, and we're expecting to close out the original Marshall Park OSLAD project in the month of September. The Mead Park scoreboards have been installed. Parks and planning staff met with athletic staffs at the park and walked through the process of controlling the scoreboards using the smartphone technology, which is pretty cool. We no longer have to drag our controller around from other sites. You can simply access it from a mobile phone or an iPad, which is ideal, more so than the phone. Dugout covers have been delivered to our park district, and they're currently waiting installation later this fall. Those parks are Appleseed, Heffern, Osborne, and Clark's, where they will be put in. And then finally, we received 3 bids yesterday from regarding the pickleball court project at Marshall Park. We're currently reviewing them now. I hope to bring that to the board next board meeting for your approval and just kind of review the scope of that project. The project that's happening in Sycamore is slated, as we just discussed, August 20th, that week. I will say that it's a private construction project. It's not Sycamore Park District. It's a private business, or I don't know, it couldn't even be a residence in Sycamore. So I am working with the manufacturer and the installer to make some time for me, staff, a commissioner to show us the product. But it's not, I don't believe it's something that anybody can just kind of stop by.
Okay.
So I want to be respectful of the installer who's putting it together. That concludes my report.
Any questions or comments? 2 for me on Marshall Park is, actually you hit it, the pickleball court, like September, October-ish, possibly?
Yeah, so if I can get the approval at the next board meeting, it seems like we can move forward with the project. I'd like to say that it could be completed this year, although I think it'd be tight as well.
That's fine.
I don't know what everybody's got on their schedule. And with the color coding of the court, as soon as we start to get the nighttime lows,
You don't want to.
it's over.
Okay. And then the last question is, and I asked you this last week, but there's questions about the fencing, the temporary fencing for the seeds that we put down. Are you gonna let that go throughout the fall?
I talked to staff this morning about maybe shortening it up to just isolate the soccer field so we can make sure that that's good. But they're really busy right now. We'll work it into our schedule. That's my intention.
It's definitely
is to
not
shrink
a
up that area
concern.
so that we can offer more space for people.
Right.
To Connie's point, it's a busy park. It's a well-received project, and we want to give as much room as we can for.
Specifically the soccer field, for sure, right?
That's the
Once-
only thing that
Once
we
we
would
open it
really
up, we
protect.
can never get that back.
Right.
So, that's fine, so. Okay, business services, Brad Scholes.
August 30th, the 9 sign in Fox Run, 5 pin shotgun. You can sign up now. Like we talked about last time, the return of the pig roast is set for September 29th. And then a couple golf outings we got coming up October 5th, the par 3 challenge. And October 26th, the Superintendent's Revenge, which was returned. That was a first-year event last year. So,
That's a tough one.
yes, it is.
It's a long one.
Yes.
It's a fun one.
That's all I got today.
Any questions for Brad? Marketing and communications update, Kelly Carbon?
Okay. We are still experiencing a lot of traffic on the website, so we continue to increase this past July with about 287,000 visitors. So, that's a lot of views on our website, which of course is no surprise that the most traffic pages are Rainbow Falls and Pirates Cove. So that's where we get the most inquiries. The other thing that we are focusing on that's coming up is tomorrow we're doing a professional photo shoot of some of our fields, and we really thank Parks and Planning for helping us do some prep on those. And we are going to also do some professional photography on over around Al Hattendorf Center. So we're doing, we have some setups that our marketing department is doing at Hattendorf Center. So for staging rentals. So we'll be getting some professional photos so that we can post those online. So when people are interested in possibly renting those spaces, they can envision what those spaces look like set up. So we have addressed that area, and we'll be starting that at 6:30 tomorrow morning. So if you see drones or professional photographers around the area, that is what's happening. And two more big events. We have our duck race on Sunday on the 11th at 6 o'clock. So if you haven't had a chance to purchase a duck ticket, all proceeds go to the Parks Foundation. And you can stop by the pavilion tomorrow. I do have some with me tonight, but it's a donation to the foundation. And that will kick off at 6 o'clock on Sunday at Rainbow Falls. And the other thing I just wanted to make a mention with our commissioners that on September 21st is the annual hometown parade. And I know Commissioner Cook and Commissioner O'Malley have ridden in the back of the truck with me before, throwing out some fun items. So that is September 21st at 2 o'clock. If any of our commissioners are interested in participating, please reach out and let me know. And we have at least 5 groups from the Park District that'll be joining us and proudly participating in the parade this year. So we're very excited about that. Again, with help from Parks to have some staff driving some of our vehicles and equipment. So yeah, I think that's all I have. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, any questions for Kelly? Comments for Kelly? We're gonna go to the Executive Director update, Ben Curcio.
So I don't have an update, however, I do have a big shout out to staff. I don't know if they're watching. We had another successful summer, so all full-time staff and especially our part-time staff, I don't know if they get enough credit. They're operating our seasonal facilities, and they're 16 and 17-year-olds. And they just do a fantastic job, and we couldn't do this without them. So a really big shout out to them for their hard work and dedication. I know the summer gets long. It's been pretty warm. The weather's been a little wacky with the rain, but we're almost to the end. This is the last weekend of regular season, and then we go into our postseason. So I really do appreciate all of their hard work and dedication. It really makes everything work so well. So,
I couldn't agree more. I'm sure the board couldn't agree more. We had a very nice year this year. I think it was enough rain to keep everything green, right? I mean, there was no brown spots this year, that's for sure. Okay, we're at old business. Anybody have old business?
Well, I have just one, hearing Connie's comments and then the pickleball lessons. I think Ben already knows this, a couple staff members, but it's time for at least all the residents that might be watching. I am absolutely still an advocate for a minimum 1 court at Beisterfield to be converted to pickleball. In my opinion, having 5 lit tennis courts is overkill when the demand for pickleball is greater. So the pickleball lessons are taking up a lot of the prime time at Rainbow Falls, no matter what you hear. A lot of the lessons, the normal people that want to play can't even get at Rainbow because there's too many pickleball lessons. So my goal would have the pickleball lessons over at that one tennis court at Beister Field to open up to Marshall Park and Rainbow Falls for all the people that want to play there. And when pickleball lessons aren't going on, to have some people play at Beister Field. And she is correct, even though maybe there's not enough demand, an additional 3 courts there when pickleball lessons aren't going on would certainly bring some traffic from Marshall because they'd have 3 extra courts. And it isn't expensive. You're talking about maybe $30,000 to get rid of one. So I want the residents to know I am in favor of it. I want staff to know. I want the other commissioners to know that I think we're doing ourselves a disservice for not looking harder at least one of the courts at Beister Field. That's all I got under old business for myself.
Okay, and we could take that and put it to the capital committee and have the capital committee discuss it, and we can revisit it again. That'll be the second time we've looked at it, but, you know, things change, obviously, we saw tonight, things change, we'll take one more poke at it, if that's up to you, if it's up to Tom, but. Any other old business? Okay, new business? Hearing, seeing none, at payment of the bills, June 2024 P cards in the amount of $153,573.91. July 12th, 2024 in the amount of $478,696.52. July 19th, 2024 in the amount of $144,014.76. July 26th in the amount of $297,736.25. And August 2nd in the amount of $88,105.57. I need a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please, Francis.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. At this point, I need a motion in a second to adjourn tonight's meeting. The next meeting is August 22nd at 7 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes, Francis.
President Walls?
Yes, thank you all. Oh, this meeting's adjourned. That's it.
Town of Cranford, New Jersey, our local municipal channel, TV35, is a major source of hyper-local information that is specifically designed and created for our residents alone. We get to see our town meetings, concerts, high school sports, news, and more on a channel that is strictly about our community. The value of public, educational, and government stations was clearly demonstrated during the COVID-19 pandemic. All access channels provided crucial information, including press conferences and emergency updates from their municipal governments directly to their citizens. Today, the very existence of PEG channels is under attack. access channels have been historically supported by a special surcharge that subscribers pay on their monthly cable, which is passed back to each municipality. But in 2019, this all changed. The FCC passed a franchise fee order that allows the cable companies to redefine the way PEG stations are funded. Under this new order, the cable companies could add the value of in-kind contributions to this cap, including the ability to place an arbitrary number on the value of each access channel. This would greatly affect